TSN.
Oh my God.
I don't know what you're doing. We strategizing today. Welcome to the network. This that Hollywood Red Show. You know it. This that Hollywood Red Show. What you doing? Tune in. Where you going? Tune in. Okay. Hey. This that Hollywood Red Show. Let 'em know. This that Hollywood Red Show. Hey. Tune in. What you doing? Tune in. Fire. You want to hear something crazy? Like, what? No, you ain't close to ready. Check this out.
This is the Hollywood Red Show. You already know. Say what's up to the fellas. Your hosts, Slim Cat, Deacon Weezo, and Mr. Hollywood. You know what it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is the Hollywood Red Show on the Strategize Network, Friday nights. Check us out, facebook.com. I didn't need to add the .com, but it is up on Facebook, the Strategize Network.com. That's official. You can tap in on us on that. And the YouTube. The Strategize Network is it's all the way across the board. We the only ones. TSN. You got the sports network that's coming out of Canada. I ain't trying to compete with them. That's my only competitors that's out there that's using the same acronyms, but they not using it the same way. So shout out to them boys that's doing their thing too. I ain't mad at you. Do your thing. But TSN, baby, the Strategize Network. And I got my partners.
Yo, what's up? What's poppin'?
Slim Cat, what's going on, brother? We got Frank Nit in the house. And we got Deacon Weezo. He always come fashionably late, but as we doing our thing, it don't matter. What's the good word, brothers? It's Friday. I know y'all had a long week. So
can't win no money. That's what's going on.
Frank Nit, what's going on, brother? You ready? You ready for the music hits? Music hits with Frank Nit.
Hey man, you already know. I got an ear for the.
And now Frank Nit with the music hits on the Hollywood Red Show.
I like that, brother.
Yeah, we got the Frank Nit with the music hits, the new edition on our Friday night downloads. And so y'all be ready for that. Let's get into it and get it popping. We've been out of pocket for a little minute. I've been on vacation for a little bit. Slim Cat had weight loss surgery.
I wish. I can't afford it yet. I'm working. I'm getting some Ozempic.
Frank Nit, he been we ain't even gonna put Frank Nit in there right now. He the newest part of the what's past a trio? The quad?
Yep.
The quad.
Mm-hmm.
Frank was before the quad, so next week though, it's all game then, baby. But right now, I ain't gonna say nothing about Frank Nit. He done graced us with it, with giving us the new potential into the show. So nonetheless, let's get into it, man. I really want to Give shout out to everybody that's listening. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for listening to Slim Cat. Appreciate y'all listening to Deacon Weezo. Appreciate y'all listening to Frank Nitt. We got all parts of Florida that's all salted in the mix. Probably the only one that's, even though I don't even like putting it out where we at, but where I'm from is Florida. But I'm in Bama. I'm not from here though. Be mad at me if you want. I'm from Florida, baby. Florida in the house. But which one you want to get into first? We're gonna go straight into the TSN Sports since we really been talking about it already, pre-gaming. You know, we pre-game before we get it started, and we got KT.
Yes, sir. So first we're gonna go ahead and talk about the Super Bowl. If you know about that poor performance. That poor performance, kid.
Which one? The halftime show or the actual game? You think you talking about the game?
That's it with the music. We're gonna talk about Kansas City doing a poor performance against the Eagles, costing me some bread, and I mean, it was a terrible Super Bowl, man. Performance was excellent. You know, they actually, I wouldn't sleep after the performance anyway. But
I ain't gonna front. You right now. When it came to performance, Kansas City and both of y'all boys was trying to tax my pocket, talking about betting. I ain't betting on none of that.
But
should have got Weezo.
Weezo was talking that Weezo was talking out the mouth. That's why y'all see me put it there, boy. You really talking about you want that smoke? Because I really didn't think that.
Yeah, but
hey.
But the score was 40-22. The Eagles are Super Bowl champion. Jalen Hurts got it. Got his first one. This is the first thing he got two of. Can't remember, but he got one finally. The game was a lot of people was upset about the score, man. I just felt like the Eagles was just faster. And they just wanted it more, man. That's usually how it comes with sports, man. Whoever wins the most will win, And that's my take on that Super Bowl. I don't know if y'all got anything to add to it.
I thought as far as, let me say the right way to say it. Let me say it the right way. I mean, to see the Eagles get to the Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts, somebody who was really like, even for myself, I didn't see him when he was with Arizona being the Super Bowl quarterback.
That's true.
Potential? Yeah, I saw that.
I mean, Alabama.
But how many people we see in a national spotlight, football or not, that shows potential, that's receives what they've been working towards.
It's rare.
It's very rare. So for that, I ain't hating on them. I'm glad that they got it. But really, I was looking for Lamar Jackson and the Ravens.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Even though he dogged out my Seminoles all his years over there.
He beat him in first, yeah.
But by the time he got to the pros, I wasn't really thinking about college no more. I give him a big shout out, and I was disappointed. The real question is, will Lamar get a Super Bowl?
He'll get one. He'll get it this year. You
betting on that?
I can't bet on it, man.
With your Braden River High School T-shirt on?
Oh yeah, hold on.
Because they riding with you now.
Hold on, I gotta say, I gotta take my shirt. Hold on, I'll be right back. Hold on.
Hey.
1 second, bro.
Brady River riding with you, brother. Shout out to my partner KT, man. You know he wear a lot of hats, and I give him all salute. The man have been behind the scenes on several high school teams, and then
say behind the scenes.
Yeah, behind the scenes, like he's doing. No, he ain't been the water boy. He has been playing some type of. He ain't even essential, even a equipment manager. He been something higher than that. He the first responder type of dude. He got a role that he's playing. Matter of fact, he back. What you been doing with these high school teams, brother?
Oh, I was coaching football.
So you the equipment manager, KT?
No, because Frank Nitt wanted you to be Adam Sandler. He wanted you to be water boy. Yes, sir.
I was a D-line coach. So I'm probably gonna go back to Southeast this year. Southeast want me out there, so I'll probably go coach with them boys.
Been telling you to bring it back to the high school, but you know you hard headed, so you know
man, let's keep it on the sports. You know, my segment ain't that long, so maybe you ain't gonna to add before we go to the next subject.
Well, to what AL say was Lamar ever gonna win a Super Bowl? I think the only way he's gonna win one is if they do what the Eagles did, not let Lamar be the whole focus of the offense. I know they tried to kind of did that with Derrick Henry, but he really has to take a step back and allow it to be a more balanced offense because it's all about Lamar. Lamar go out, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Happy Christmas. Same with the Eagles, Jalen go out is over too.
But we can't discount what Derrick Henry brought this year. And that's the reason why I doubt whether this same setup will be able to create the same response following this year. And Derrick Henry, as we know, running backs, they get overworked and they get underpraised. We really don't give them enough. We don't give them enough clout when it's time to get paid. These guys really got to almost kill themselves to get the check that they need, and by the time they get it, then the following year they're gonna get hurt.
That's fact.
And many times that's been the case. Look at the Chris Johnsons, small back, did well with Tennessee. Do we even talk about him anymore?
No,
we don't.
Don't.
And he did a lot. That boy put some yards.
2,000 yards. Yeah, he went over the 2,000 yard threshold.
Yeah,
we don't talk about him.
My boy Jamal Lewis did the same thing with the Ravens. Nobody talk about him.
Facts. Big facts.
If you ain't, they just forgotten a lot.
Big facts. There's another big neck Negro I can't think of right now. I interviewed him during the Super Bowl when it came to Tampa. I can't think of his name right now because there's so many of them.
Not Mike Allstott.
No. I said Negro, and then. But Allstott got his praise though because to me he came in that threshold to where running back wasn't just the only name back then. You still had the fullback. We don't even use that anymore.
Oh, you talking about
fullbacks is dinosaur now.
Yeah, it's pretty much gone.
So
Allstott, Mike Allstott.
Yeah. No, that was what Slim Cat was saying. Like I'm not using him as an example because Adrian Peterson is a good name, but he got his though. Like he's got enough numbers on the table where you can't really knock him. That's not who I'm thinking about. He had no neck. He had a big, strong looking face with his little dread / braids looked like it was about to bust out his head. I'm trying to think who he is.
Talking about Ricky Williams?
No, Ricky Williams. It was way later than him. He's past the Chris Johnson era too. I'm trying to think of who Buddy was.
No, not.
So Super Bowl in Tampa when I was hosting it with the radio station was like it was between 2007 and 2010. I want to say I was trying to say the Saints, but I don't think he was with the Saints anyway. We put too much pressure on Buddy name. I don't want him coming bad at me because I done talked about his little braids that was about to bust out his head. We going somewhere else. Let's talk about who is going to be quarterback number one coming out of the draft. I was watching a little bit of the combine. I've seen quite a few people opt out of it. Matter of fact, one of the QB number ones, he opted out of it. From what I understand, Shedeur Sanders, he didn't show up. Unless one of y'all seen something different.
He opted out. He just doing interviews.
Yeah, he just doing
interviews. Travis Hunter, the same thing.
So what you think about that? Do you think that he poses does he pose any significant any significance? Let me put it that way. Does he pose any significance in the draft with what he's done in college?
Well, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I don't think he's the second quarterback to get drafted.
Let's compare him between him and Cam Ward. Or if you have another name to throw in the batch, between because from what I see and what I've seen scouts are saying, between him and Cam Ward, those are the first two quarterbacks to be pulled out the draft.
I think that both from Ole Miss gonna jump Sanders or Jackson Dart.
Yeah,
I think Jackson Dart gonna jump Sanders. I think on Cam Ward, Dart, and Sanders. I think DR gonna play politics enough so his son don't go to the team he don't want to go to.
So you think Dart gonna be the first quarterback pulled out the draft?
Number two. I got Cam Ward first though. So I think the Giants take Cam Ward and ruin his career. I hate to say it, my boy Nitty. He gonna ruin him.
Yeah, he gonna ruin.
They ruin all quarterbacks in New York Giants.
We got the sugar canes in the house, so nothing against.
It's all about the you.
We got Frank Nitt, so he gonna have some opinionated dialogue to add into it. So what you got on your charge, brother? Let's just be honest. Let's not go into you bleeding orange and green. Let's just be honest, because even KT said it, even though that he bleed crimson in the Florida State colors, we still gave you some level of respect.
He won't never
put respect on that name now.
Oh my God! He'll never do that.
Who you got? Who you got going as QB1, bro? Frank Nitt.
What'd you say, bro?
I said, who you got as QB1 going out of the draft?
Come on, man. We should move to the next topic. You already know who's finna be top quarterback one coming into the draft. That Cam.
I get all of that, but give some reasonings behind it, other than you being a sugarcane fan.
His arm strength, his improvisation. He came from meager means. Came from out the slums. Was not an all-star. Was not a star pick at all. Blue chip prospect. He had to work his way into this limelight. So he went with Washington State. Did numbers there. Was gonna go to the draft there. He would have been a first-round pick if he would have left last year, but he didn't. He came back. He wanted to come to a program and show that he could do it on a higher level, on a stronger playing field, so to speak. So we seen what he did to y'all, right?
No.
After that, we knew he was going to be destined for greatness. He led the Canes to what should have been a playoff. The defense let us down. The defense let us down, but Cam Ward still what he won. The top quarterback in the nation award. There's no reason why Shedeur Sanders should even be compared to what Cam Ward is as an NFL prospect quarterback. They're not on the same level, not at all. Like all these analysts are saying, if Shedeur Sanders was Shedeur Jones, he wouldn't even be talked about. He's only in these conversations because of his prestige of his father. Now, I'm not going to say he's trash. I'm going to say he deserves the opportunity to play in the pros, but to compare him to a Cam Ward is asinine.
So if Cam Ward played for Ole Miss, if Cam Ward played for Bethune-Cookman, he would have been the same.
He would have been the same. Like I said,
you full of it.
Top pick coming out of Washington State.
We're gonna let you say your piece, but
wait. I'm not just saying now. Let's say, but I'm not the only one saying this. He won the award for the best college quarterback in the nation.
Yeah, he did. No doubt.
Okay.
But there had to be some resources that was there. I'm not a Shedeur fan.
Either.
I'm not. I really think he's going to be trash in the pros. I think I do think that the Deion train allowed him to get, because quarterback, you are the first person that's seen in the team, whether you win or lose. That's why his other son, he ain't getting no type of like traction. Matter of fact, I don't think he showed up to the combine either. But his stats throughout, the only thing that people really reach on to is what he did on camera, trying to flex himself and do all the hype stuff. All that's great. But when it comes time to what he did on the field, he got hurt in his last season. And of course, the opponents that they played, he really didn't show up big with. He got some stats on there. He got some tackles. Will it translate to the pros is yet to be seen. So I'm not mad at Deion for bringing his sons up to an upper echelon because of just who his name is, his brand. I mean, let's be honest. That's the reason why Colorado gave him the reins behind the horse that they're using to pull their university to the next level, and so far they've made their money off of that gamble because Deion has done that. Will it translate to the next level? That's the reason why I don't think that Deion got that coaching job for the Cowboys. Let's be honest. College is about recruiting. NFL is not that same thing.
That's true.
Harbaugh better stay in the college because pros don't work that way. Nick Saban, that's why he retired. It ain't gonna work that way. Dabo Sweeney, don't go to the pros. It ain't gonna work that way. Jimbo Fisher, stay your butt right where you at. It ain't gonna work that way. And if any of them had sons that was capable of being able to jump into those positions, they would have did the same thing. Let's be real. Shedeur really did go beyond what was expected. Good thing for him, Colorado's division wasn't that strong. And that was what made his stats look better than what it was. Cam, he's in the ACC. Whether people want to be critical or not, is the ACC better than the SEC? No, we're not. But it still provides enough competition, especially these days when Clemson has won a national championship within the last 5 chips that came out. You want to knock Florida State, you can do that. But yet, when we fell off, there's still been another ACC team that came out there and won. It's been between Georgia and Clemson for quite a few years in Alabama. So Miami Miami.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, homie, you want to keep it a buck?
Let's keep it a
buck, then, homie.
Let's keep it a buck.
Y'all been doo-doo trash, and you in the larger stage, you still are. Y'all boys have not even won an ACC title since you've been in the ACC.
Did we beat y'all this year?
Facts or cap?
Did we beat y'all this year?
Facts or cap? The question was, have you won a title? No, you haven't. Y'all boys have not been nobody since the Big East. Y'all have been nobody since the Big East. I'm leaving it there.
You want to keep talking
I'm
about
gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave that there.
Nobody likes to live in the past. We talking about the present.
What happened? The fact being that y'all boys did all of that, did you win did y'all boys did you win the ACC this year? That's the present. Did y'all win it this year? Did you win the ACC? Okay. You talking about our past. We're talking about your present. You're saying past and present. The present is that y'all didn't even win the ACC this year either, even with Cam Ward.
Did y'all?
We're trash. We are trash. So if you want, we are trash. I will say that as a Florida State diehard fan, we are trash. You guys, if you want to be able to put neck and neck to us, then go ahead and go to Waste Management and go get a job too, because that's where you need to go. If you're trying to compare it to us, we're trash right now. That's
all right, guys.
State fan gonna try to put expectations on a University of Miami. You can't talk on our program. Talk on your program. We beat y'all.
If you look at it
next year.
Slim Cat, I don't want to drown out the combo. I'm gonna let somebody that speak at it in a different way.
All right, guys. Like I say, man, at the end of the day, man, Miami ain't been nothing since I was in middle school. Facts. Let's speak facts.
They ain't been the last time that you've heard of somebody that's relevant is Devin Hester.
That's a fact.
What? Say what?
The last time you've heard somebody relevant from Miami is Devin Hester, and he's on the cusp of being in the Hall of Fame. Please stop.
Wait. What you mean? What you mean the last time?
Stop it.
Wait, what you mean the last time? I don't understand what the statement was.
All right, guys. We got to show.
Because ain't nobody from Florida State is great that came in the NFL. Nobody.
Next on the list, man, we're going to talk about this Luka and Anthony Davis trade. We didn't get the chance to talk about it. It's been 3 weeks, but I would like to ask you guys who you think won the trade. So far, Anthony Davis been out, so you really can't compare the stats. So Luka
matter of fact, I think the Lakers just got finished playing Dallas sometime this week.
But that's good, though. It's revenge games. They're gonna do good.
Well, what did Kyrie do in that game?
He went off. He had like 27 points. He went off. We'll get the exact fact.
Because what I saw from the highlights, it was really boosting up Luka.
Yeah, Luka did his thing.
Let me give you
I think Braun was healthy. I think Braun played that game too.
Yeah, he played.
Yeah. All right, my boy Kyrie had 35 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Luka had 15 rebounds, 12 assists, 19 points. So he had a triple-double.
Yeah, the triple-double. That was what they was boosting it off of. So what part of that do you want to dissect? Is Kyrie a better player? Is Kyrie a better player than Luka?
I really come at the aspect of who y'all thought won that trade. You think the Dallas? You think the Anthony the swap out?
LA for sure won that trade.
I think marketing and money wise they did, but the short term I think Dallas won.
No sir.
I think Kyrie Anthony Davis can get a ring before LeBron and Luka get one.
He can't stay healthy. How he gonna get a ring? He always in street clothes. His nickname is Street Clothes. How you gonna get a ring? He can't stay healthy.
Oh my god, that's a fact though, brother. I mean, let's look at it. I was so caught up when I saw the ESPN highlights. And I mean, Davis was going off. He looked like Davis back from New Orleans. Like, I ain't never seen him look like that since then. You know who else he reminds me of is Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh looked like he got neutered the moment that he came to Miami. I was so hyped up on that trade because I was looking at the Chris Bosh that came from the Raptors. I was expecting him to make a presence in Miami, and he never did. Did he put points on the board? He did, but they were finesse points. There was never aggression points. It was never me dunking on you like he was doing there. Like that disappointed me. To see Anthony Davis, that's the first time I ever seen him come aggressive throughout his whole time with LA. He just didn't do that. He was like Chris Bosh. He was neutered. He just, oh yeah, I'll score. If he dunked, nobody was in the way. There was nothing where it was an aggression a part of his points. And that was disappointing to me. So to see that in the first game and then he gets hurt, it seemed like some NBA voodoo. That's what it seemed like to me. Because it was like, what happened? How you do all that and you get hurt on the first game?
I got a theory on that.
What you got, bro?
My theory is because I don't know if y'all been following the story up to the trade, but nobody knew about the trade, right?
Facts.
What
you mean as far as on Dallas here?
Like nobody knew about the trade. LeBron didn't know. You know what I'm saying? None of the players knew. Anthony Davis didn't know. Luka didn't know. Nobody knew. All this was done under the table. The buddy from the GM said him and the Lakers GM, they were talking. They had to just met up somewhere, a coffee shop somewhere, and was chopping it up. So my theory is the Lakers GM knew about Anthony Davis' injury, and he knew that's why he didn't play as hard as he played on the Lakers, because he knew if he did, he would aggravate that injury and have to have surgery. So once Luka became available, and you can quote this. Mark Cuban always wanted Anthony Davis, even when he was up for trade from the Pelicans and he went to the Lakers. He was fighting hard to get Anthony Davis, but he lost out because LA offered more to the Pelicans. So he always wanted Anthony Davis. So when they start dangling Anthony Davis in his face, let's give him Luka. We can't control Luka. He want to be overweight. He crying to the refs, etc. But at the whole time, the Lakers GM knew that if they wanted Anthony Davis, he was going to be injured the moment he started playing hard. So that injury was an aggravated injury that never healed, never had surgery. So that's my theory.
That's true. I believe that. I can rock with that. For sure.
I ain't mad at that either. But I do think that on top of that is that when you say that Anthony Davis was not expected to, I mean, when you say Mark Cuban wanted Davis to go to the Mavs, have you seen the kickback on all the people that were not happy that Luka was dished out like that? Yeah, what about the fans? Is it all about the front office? Because we have to think that they gotta entice the fans to come to the game. So what part about that?
That's true. You're right.
What part of that does not consider the fans in that?
Man, at the end of the day, man, bump all the fans. At the end of the day, this is what it is. Dallas don't want to pay Luka that money this summer, so they shipped them away. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, man. It always come back down to numbers and money.
So you think that Luka wouldn't have made that money back, whatever they would have been paying him?
No, I think he could, but I just think Dallas. I think they know Kyrie time almost up. I think they put a straight rebuild, man. They're gonna try to get one real quick with what they got and then start over.
Well,
go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, KT.
No, I'm just saying that's what Dallas doing, man. They didn't see no future with Luka, so they saving money. They're gonna lose money, but I think it's a win, man. The Lakers need Luka, so LeBron bought out in 2 years. So they're gonna need. So that's gonna. It's a win-win situation for both parties.
Well, I like the question that Hollywood put in the atmosphere. What about the fans? What about the fans? Let me tell you, man.
Nobody cares about the fans.
Nobody they don't gotta care about the fans. But what I'm saying is, when you say what about the fans, they angry, they crying over Luka, etc. You know that is more power in numbers. Like we the ones that the fans are the ones that consume the product. If they really wanted to be upset about it, they would boycott the team. Stop going to the games. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing. And not to bring another conversation to a fold, but I gotta say it. It's the same thing with us. It's black folk. If we want to change something, all we gotta do is remove ourselves from that, and we would elicit change.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
A lot of people don't want change. They just talk about it.
No, it's just about being able to galvanize all those people together. Like one person can feel that way, 20 people can feel that way, 500 people can feel that way. How many people can we account for that really are actually dropping those drops in the bucket? Like the stuff, if you look at it on media, you would think that the Mavericks were caught up in a crossroads, but nonetheless, still people buying seats to go to these games, so it can't be that deep. But what the camera shows that there's a division, just like a camera can show that what a welfare woman looks like. Well, if you look back in the 90s, it looked like somebody that was between Cuban and black.
Yeah.
But if you look at the stats, majority of who's the welfare recipients are white Americans.
But is that because they are the larger
demographic?
Yeah, it is. Of course that is. That's the fact. That's true.
I think we get more support when you scale it down. It comes more to the Spanish and black.
But if you look, so I guess it's just, again, my point is saying that it's not about saying black or white or whatever. It's just about what media uses as the mascot / scapegoat to be able to ride that story. Because at that time, the best thing that they was able to use to push that narrative was putting some nappy-headed Cuban looking black, and they weren't even all the way black. It was like neutral skin tone. It was kind of like close to mine. Like you couldn't tell whether they were Cuban or whether they was whatever. You knew they wasn't white based on what that caricature.
You look more Creole. You look more like a Creole.
That too. That's what they look like. I accept that. I accept it, baby. I accept it because I've been around the world, and if I grow my beard, I can look like some. If I change that, I look like some. I like to switch it up. I like to switch it up on y'all Negroes because
if you cut your beard, you look like Van Diesel.
And the fact is that and even Frank Nitt, even though he laughing with it, and then when we was on the boat and we got deployed, there was times where because that was my Liberty partner. When it was time for that boat to dock, he was looking for me. I was looking for him. Right. As who we finna go kick it with. Well, the flip of the coin didn't always work that way. Right. So if I wasn't with him, there was other guys I had to use as alternative because if you be stupid to go off that boat by yourself in a place that you ain't never been before. So you need somebody that you got some level of agreement with anyway. So when them situations happen, you know what? Why they groomed me as they was grooming me just as much as I was grooming them. That's a fact. They was looking at me like, "Oh yeah, buddy, I got an Arabic tattoo on my arm by that time, these ain't new dudes. We done been together now for 8, 9, 10 months, years together. So they done seen all of these different things that you might take for granted. They like, oh yeah, bro, I want to go with you. Oh yeah. You know, they know a little bit of your backstory. First thing they think of, I can help them get away from Bin Laden. Oh, I'm gonna be one of them. I'm gonna be. Hey, yeah. Oh yeah, bro. You know what time it is. Yeah, you know what bread to eat. You know. Little. All I knew was little small nuances. I knew little words. I hadn't spoke Arabic in years.
Wow.
But because of that, my disposition and my backstory, they thought I can help them in situations that didn't manifest. But you don't want to know the stories about me and Frank Nitt.
I can imagine. I mean, I don't want to imagine. I don't want to imagine it.
Them stories gonna stay in the vault. They ain't necessary right now. We'll pull them out when it's necessary.
Do we got the deacon in the house tonight?
No,
Deke, what's going on, brother? We ain't gave you too much shine time, brother. Where you at, brother? How you doing, man?
Hey, brother, I'm in there. Can you hear me? Can you? Oh, my bad. I got you. Let me turn this off. Yes, sir. Oh, there we go. Can you hear me, brother?
Yes, sir.
We hear you good, brother.
Yeah. Oh, yes, sir.
We got that hot seat. We got that hot seat stirring up, and it's coming up in just a little bit. Y'all give a shout out to Digga Weezo.
Oh, yes, sir. Also, too, I got my noises for sale too. So if anybody need them ringtones, like, oh yeah, bro, yeah, I got them for sale, man.
Yes, you say you got ringtones for sale, brother?
Yes, sir. They my sexy adult ringtones. Oh yeah. Oh, you want it? Yeah,
oh no, we don't want that.
Yeah, brother. Yes. And it's a stocking stuffer. It's good for you and your lady. All the fellas, if you want to be sexy, come on and get my ringtone. Oh yeah, let me do the talking for you.
Brother, you said stocking stuffers. Did you talking like Christmas about to be next month? We just left Christmas. What else we
it's an aphrodisiac. Yes, it's an aphrodisiac. What it's gonna do is
I gotta go.
Oh yeah.
They can put it in the Easter basket on Dick.
Yeah. Oh yes, sir. Oh yeah, it is a basket stuffer, and what it does is it's gonna bring back that fun and that nutrition in that bedroom. So yes, sir. So all you adults, and I can give you a couple samples of it with no cussing, but it's like, oh yeah, you ready? Oh yeah.
What is going on?
Oh my goodness!
Yes, sir. Because there's a lot of shy men in that bedroom.
You ready to get into this hot seat, brother?
Oh yes, yes, sir, brother. And then also, and then I make the noise. Oh God, yes, sir. I'm telling you, yes, sir. You like yeah. Yes, sir. Hollywood, yes, sir. So, fellas, anytime if you shy like a German Shepherd, if you scared to just I got you. Yeah.
With Deacon Weezo on the Hollywood Red Show.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're the hot seat with Deacon Weezo on the Hollywood
I know you
Red
chopped
Show.
it up, Hollywood. Yeah. Hollywood, yes, sir. Yeah.
You're the hot seat with Deacon Weezo on the Hollywood Red Show.
There we go. I'm coming, chica. Hey. There you go. Oh, yeah.
Big bro.
Hollywood, yes, sir. Yeah.
You over there messing with them dogs.
Yes, sir. Hey, how you here?
Oh, my God.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You ain't gonna be happy till they decapitate your feet
all
and
the
your
way.
hands, man. What is going on over there, brother?
Hey, Hollywood, I told him, I say, bro, just eat the whole body, don't leave nothing
Oh
behind.
my goodness!
You have to eat it all up. You have to even eat the boxes. Well, I go to Mando, but eat everything. Don't leave nothing, goddamn it. Yes, sir, brother. With these old with these old lying ass funerals that they be having every Saturday. Hollywood,
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about today, brother.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Got a lot to talk about.
Let's do it. I'm ready. I got my seat. I got the hot seat ready.
You go ahead and take off, brother. What you got on your mind today? What's happening?
Oh man, the Deacon, I want to stay political. The Deacon want to stay political. And Hollywood Red, I need everybody to listen on up. The Deacon want to talk about the spending at that White House. Oh, the Deacon want to talk about the spending at the White House. Hollywood, cut that music, cause boy, look at him. And I want everybody to, before we get this too, and Hollywood, you make sure you cut that, cut. So we finna get that. We finna go on and get it live. Yes, sir.
No problem, brother. I got you.
They got your tax money right now. It's going to BBLs. They got your tax money paying for transgender. Yes, right now you can go right now to that jail, to that Pope Manatee, and you a male, and your son 13 and younger. He can get him some boobies. He can get him a backside.
Manatee, not everybody live in Manatee County, brother.
Boy, look at here. Can you believe that the White House right now, Hollywood, using Americans tax-paying money, $200 million for your son to get a backside? Another thing too, they giving out condoms in Africa. All that HIV and AIDS that going on over that way. That's what they said. Now I'm just telling shout out to my Nigerians. But boy, they talking about a condom in Africa. That's like me wearing, god dang it, me walking outside in the winter, knowing that it's cold out the door, but I'm walking out. So who in the hell in Africa wearing a condom? So man, look at here, and they got a $200 million budget. Also, too, Joe Biden them so nasty and undisciplined. Hollywood Red, they got a thing to make your dog look at other boy dogs. They want to make sure that him and Pujo, both of them locked up together. They got $1 million thing for your taxpaying money. This all where your taxpaying money
we
going
talking
to.
About dogs.
Not only do you got to worry about the migrants getting all the money, everything get the money, but they got freaky deaky iron sheeky things happening right now. So now we got a Elon Musk. I call him Ellen John, goddamn, no homo, no diddy. But I call him Elon Musk. He coming in now. He looking at the books. He counting every damn thing. He making sure that the money being spent. But see, the Democrats, they trying to say that he the one stealing. He the one taking all the change, everything that's happening, but that's a lie. He's trying to help us, Hollywood, because again, they got the money to make your son get boobies. They got the money to let all the immigrants get all the food. They got the money for all this weird stuff, but they ain't got no money for us hardworking Americans. And two, Hollywood, speaking on that, Kendrick Lamar and them goddamn on jeans. Boy, that Negro right there. Boy, Kendrick Lamar shaped like my baby mama. Boy,
we're supposed to save that for later, brother.
He got them Compton ass thighs. They not like us. Them thighs not like us. I said, this nigga built like a musky hustler. Hush puppy. I mean, excuse my language. I know it's Black History.
No Kendrick Lamar disrespect.
Before we get back on Kendrick Lamar, the more ugly ass bell bottom.
I got you up here.
The only time we think about Black history is when they say they're gonna take it away. How in the heck when Trump say he's gonna cut the education, y'all talking about don't take away the Black history? You don't even talk about Black history until he say he gonna take it away. If you do talk about it, you talk about two people, Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks. You might even throw Harriet Tubman in there. But I'm telling you, man, we as a culture, we got to continue to uplift ourselves and each
Big
other.
Facts.
This basic culture, yes, and two, now Hollywood, that's Super Bowl, man. Hollywood, if that wasn't no
You still there, Slim Cat?
Oh, what's going on?
I don't know what happened.
Them boys, that boy Weezo talking that crazy talk.
Yeah, him and Hollywood got kicked off.
Yeah, the man got that line shut down.
I think Trump kicked us off.
Okay, there you go.
Nigga done got you kicked off.
Man, Stacey Chocolate, but that's what we were talking about, brother. We want to get kicked off.
Oh my
brother,
goodness!
We gotta turn the table over.
You got us kicked off, brother.
Hey man.
Oh my God!
You know Hollywood.
It was too hot. It was too hot for TV, brother. I don't know what happened.
And that's that DEI. That's that DEI broadcast. That's all. You know you can't.
Hey, hold on.
They had a protest too today.
They deserve it, man. Like my boy said in the chat, 2 of his DEI friends lost their jobs.
Yeah, she is trying to turn the table over, and see,
Yeah,
they don't
but slow up now, because my wife, she is a recipient of some of these things that get passed down through the government. So working through any of these government sectors, whether you're working for the federal government in a way of working for the prisons, whether you're working for the military, or whether you're working for the post office, all of these different layers of the government have all been duped. Because if you look, go ahead and Google now, Supreme Court has went over ahead and even though that I voted for Trump to be in office, I didn't expect for everything that he was going to do to be everything that registers for me. I never said that. But nonetheless, that's why I'm thankful that we have layers. I'm going to get out the way. I don't want to be long-winded, but that's why we got the judicial. That's why you got the presidential, and you got whatever the other layer is. It's all about checks and balances, because we can all be sipping on our own tea. We can be, on our own vibe to where we don't see the bigger picture. And I don't think Trump is not. You can't count him out of being in that same position either. So I'm glad for us to have the checks and balances in the United States government.
Yeah, well, we got to drain the swamp. We got to turn the table over. Everything got to be restructured and tore down. And these gonna be the hardest 2 years of our life. And one thing about it, DEI and a lot of those government programs don't want you to brush your teeth and take baths. If you tell a child to go to bed at 9 o'clock, it's offensive. You can't even raise your own child. If you yell at them, that's offensive. You ain't woke. You supposed to let little Nate watch that porno and just be him and get that allowance money. This is where we at now. And let everybody just come on in the country, just cross the border. You better not say nothing. Let that little boy get them breasts and that BBL. You got to just let him be free and a hypocrite. And he can go to that church house and be a Christian. And he could take the Lord's Supper. Yes, sir. Boy, when I take the man.
We turned up tonight. We turned up.
Yes, oh, yes, sir. Because see, I want to burn the fire. I am, yes, sir, because they lying. They want your fingernails to be dirty. They want you to be crackhead. You better not be. You against drugs? Oh, no, Joe Biden going to get them crack pipes. Yes, sir. He going to issue them out. He want to make sure them child molesters babysit little Nene and Tasha. Mm-hmm. Oh, your uncle, he a pervert, and you ain't letting him keep you. You offended me.
Well, what you think about this this new mandate that Trump is making for $5 million that you had, that any outsider that needs to pay to get residency in the side, because we ain't doing asylums no more. Supposedly, no more asylums, but you could pay $5 million to get was being quoted as a gold card. What you think about that, D?
I love. Well, I want to give him I love him. I'm behind Trump 100% because I'm gonna tell you one thing we have, and I want y'all to look at this. We only have people that's bandwagon riders, like they moment riders. Anytime somebody when everybody like them, shut up. That's when everybody want to like them and promote them. Instead of getting behind a man, even when it's us, I'm gonna ride with the man because I love America first. I love this country, and I didn't used to love it. I used to complain. Yeah, I was a complainer, but I thank God for the little that I got. I thank God for America. And one thing about it, I'm asking God, what can I do to make America great again? Because we got to get behind. You notice something, y'all? The miserable people is never satisfied. They going to find misery in every damn thing. Let us... Yeah, how can we be in this country and talk bad about it and say what we don't... It's still the greatest country in the world. And I had that. Yes, sir. I had to acknowledge that. My bad. Sexy Chocolate got a chance to hug, talk, and pray. Like, brother, we on the podcast. It's some countries that won't even let us do that.
Yeah, China.
Yeah,
y'all. So,
yeah. Oh, yeah. So, you know,
this is,
as a
like I said,
heterosexual man, I do thank God, and I'm a ride with Trump, whether he's right and wrong. See, I want to see men and women get behind you when you right and wrong and still love you. We don't have that.
You're right. You're right. You said a big key in there. The major key. Hold on. I want to cut nobody out. Who was pulling up behind that? Who that? That's you, Slim Cat, or
no,
Frank?
You got Hollywood, because I was going to ask him what would turn him away off of Trump.
You was reading my mind. You was reading my mind. You was reading my mind. It's because nonetheless, it's just like being a parent. I love my son, but I guarantee if his teacher tell me in the notes when he come home that he didn't do what we already knew he was capable of doing, we gonna have a problem. That ain't gonna be me trying to emancipate myself and saying I ain't your daddy no more. And it ain't gonna be me beating the hell out of him to try to get him to get to the right place either. But it will be me telling them in love, but we already practiced that in our own in the structure that we have. You do have confronting is not about conflict. Too many times I think that uneducated people think that those things are synonymous. They're not. Confronting something doesn't mean I gotta tell you that, or you telling me, yeah, bro, in order for you for me to tell you what I want to tell you, I need to punch you in the mouth, or I need to get out of pocket, or I need to put myself in a compromising position where now my family and my loved ones might be caught up in it. That's not confrontation. It can be, but that's not healthy confrontation. That's something else. So to confront this type of situation, I voted for Trump, so I'm okay to take it on both ends. I knew he was the better of both evils. See, and so has been before him. Even since he was running for office the last time, he was not my ideal person, but he was the better of both evils. So with me accepting the choice that I made, if I was to talk to him just like I'm talking to my brothers here, I'm not going to disrespect him to say, hey man, you out your DAMN mind. No, that's not going to elicit the right response. In order for somebody who is an adult and can make their own decisions, you do have to put a little bit of sugar on that. They say it's sugar. They say that honey attracts bees. So how would I be able to use that same metaphor when I'm talking to my brothers, my loved ones, my children, my wife? We have to think about that, because it's easy just to say I said my piece, but what did the people that was receiving that, what did they pull from it? Were they attacked, or did they feel encouraged, compelled to make an action, or were they stuck in their feelings because it wasn't even pitched the right way? We're all human. So even though I'm telling you the right thing, If I didn't lace it the right way, I like to use a sandwich metaphor, and I learned that many years back, and it's worked for me many a times over and over again. You put that positive as the bread, you put that negative as the meat, and then you put another positive on the outside. And usually when somebody bites down on it, it's more tolerable for their taste palate versus it being negative as the bread, the positive is the meat, and the negative on the outside is too many negatives. You want to put as many positives as it can be and put that negative in the middle. That's how I work it. So anyway, y'all boys y'all can take it from there.
I'm good, man. Frank, Ned, you got some?
Nah, brother. I ain't got nothing on Trump yet. I wanna see how this gonna transpire. Just to piggyback off what Hollywood said, I wasn't expecting a lot of what has happened so far. So I'm trying to hold out to see what the end result is gonna be. What is his goal? Because a lot of this, is affecting a lot of people that I care about. There's some people in the military. There's people who work for the government. My auntie's husband worked for the tax people who got laid off. So there's a lot of these different things that the IRS worked for the IRS and got laid off because of the cutbacks. So I'm just waiting to see what the grand scheme of everything is going on, because so far what I'm hearing or what I'm reading and seeing in the media, about these young cyber people who's supposed to be smart, they're getting access to our Social Security. They're getting access to the Federal Reserve. These people haven't even lived longer than a pair of socks that I have.
Yeah, facts.
But yet they're able to
get Social Security.
They're able not get Social Security. They're able to judge.
They get access there through Elon Musk. Musk. If I'm following you the right direction, it's through Elon Musk.
They call Doge. They call it Doge.
Yep.
Doge. So they are having the right to say who goes and who stays. They're the ones who are cutting the fat. And I don't think that, in my opinion, that they know enough about how the innards of this country work for them to be making these decisions. So I'm just waiting to see what the grand scheme. And like Hollywood said, I went for Trump. So I'm not going to back down on that, because I still believe that Trump was the better choice over Kamala Harris. I think that what he's doing with the immigration and getting those out of here, and he's cutting the fat off programs that don't need to be there. At the same time, I just want to see where it's going to go from here.
Yeah, but let me ask you guys this, man. Today, Trump and Zelensky got into it, the Ukraine president. And do y'all feel like that was the presidential way to handle things on camera?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I loved it.
I think that's disrespectful, man.
No, I loved it because we become so soft as a country right now, and that needed to happen. That needed that. Like,
I agree.
Yeah, we a Skittles country. We a Starburst, Annihilator, sweet and sour. Yeah, we are diabetic. It's time for a man to stand up. See, I want women to see that. Children. It's time for it's time for a masculine man's energy to shut this shit down. Something to shut this thing down. I'm about to cuss. But somebody had to do. I'm glad that was seen on TV, because that needs to. China and none of these other countries respect America until we put our foot in. And I think with Biden and the way that it was with him, by him being so all over the place, we really had a bad reputation. And the swamp has to be drained. Now, I ain't gonna lie, these gonna be some rough tweets for all of us. But this is where we, as a community, we gotta use those Republican values to come together. Like y'all said, get a woman, not live like all this. I'm sexy people and free. Like that way, we can't do that. We enjoy doing that, because they made us think that that's what it was. But it's family time now. It's marriage time. It's values. Let's get rid of all. Let's clean up and let's get ourselves right. And that's what I think. That's what I'm looking at it as.
I can agree with that, brother. I definitely can agree with that. I mean, as we've been giving, you know, some energy on both sides. Am I satisfied on what has transpired so far with Trump being in office? No, I'm not. But I do hear people now that's not Trump supporters. What has been going viral now, probably over the last 24 hours, 48 hours or more, is the $5,000 that's going to hit people's pockets. Now, people say, oh, well, it only goes for people making a certain amount of money. What y'all feel about that? Because I believe you got to make $60,000 or more for that $5,000 to be something that you can be able to expect.
Scam.
I did my research on that, y'all, and all of us see that money that they're gonna give us out of that $5,000 is a lot of that money that we had earned. See, the Democrats had us paying for so much taxes with nonsense, condoms in India. All have like $80 million. Our tax money was going everywhere. And I think with Elon Musk, what he doing is, you know, by him being, like y'all say, all of them are billionaires up there. But I look at where we were at, which was so dangerous. And I asked God, I'm asking God, because look at Huggins, like even when I was listening to what Huggins was saying in our chat earlier. And I done that for a reason. I wanted him to speak what he was going to say. But one thing about it, y'all, one thing I'm learning, you can't make nobody happy, no matter if God was the president. They're going to complain and find something. But that's where I look at the person that's complaining. Who are you going to be behind? Like, cause I want somebody who going to ride or die because it's going to rain. It ain't going to be a sunny day. You know, and decisions will be made that has to be made. And I really believe in the man, you know what I'm saying, y'all, to where things will get better. And, you know, I really believe in that. Did he cuss the man out on the TV? That was transparent, and I was glad to see that. And, you know, y'all, because that weak stuff, it just, I'm so over that. I'm so over, you can't say this. That's offensive. You can't even compliment a woman no more, or that's sexual harassment. But you can compliment a gay guy and tell him he's beautiful.
Or you could be like Kanye and then say that, you know, I'm gonna wear a swastika shirt. And I realized now seeing even the background of that was that he doing it to be able to provoke these same Jews that's promoting black genocide on the music that they sell.
Facts.
I get it. I get it.
Yes. I agree with Brother Kanye, and we should be behind him. Because if y'all look at these black athletes, from the Ball brothers to all these dudes, all of them known for passing around the same woman that look like Kim Kardashian, and that's it. Like, it ain't no it ain't no Muhammad Ali's. It ain't no revolution, like, you know. And then you got the whack 100s and the ones who got a voice been doing nothing but spread that AIDS virus energy around. So we got to look at this thing and say, hey, because we are at the bottom still as black people. We have to get our community in check. We got a lot of these politicians and pastors that done robbed us. Look at how all of them are being put on blast for the money that they was taking out with a so-called Christian selves and politics, but they was getting the money for themselves. This is why nobody look at TD Jakes done the investigation for perverted things and stuff, y'all. So a lot of this stuff, people getting put on blast. Look at that Maxine Waters, them old black folks. I always wonder why they didn't want to get out the seat. They eating good while we around here starving. Why is our race the only race that do that? Everybody look out for their own except black people that's in power. That lady Tiffany, I'm glad they got her out to see. Man, it's time for a shake-up, y'all, and I'm ready for it. Is he gonna be perfect? No. Yeah.
I just gotta fact check you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and fact check.
According to Austin American Statesman, there has been no indication that those will issue a stimulus check as a result of cost-cutting measures. There's really no evidence that they're gonna do this, so it's all speculation of what they thought about this idea.
It passed through the Senate. They said that it did pass though, but they voted on it
right now.
But that Jasmine, y'all notice the black lady, her name Jasmine somebody, and she's a Democrat. She said that why we ain't got enough money to give Americans $5,000. Her, but you gave illegals and everybody else all our money. You had no problem giving them visas, credit cards, letting them stay in hotels that we paying on. That's why look at that black mayor in Chicago, Brandon. Like how can they stand to be black and do that while they people starving? But they got a voice for the Eagles, and the only black person they're not scared to love is a gay one. But then they go to church and put God on. Yeah, everybody's a Christian. Everybody say that they're a Christian, but they got all kinds of weird stuff going on. Yeah,
but to add to what you was talking about, these are from an actual source, US Today. It says the idea of 5,000 refunds from the ongoing drive to reduce federal spending has been floated, but don't add that bonus to your account just yet. That's because DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, ideally must meet its $2 trillion savings goal to make the kickback feasible. And that accomplishment is something even Elon Musk, the unofficial leader of DOGE, said may not be doable back in January.
Oh my God! Now with the media tricky now, y'all.
Because this what Elon said. It's not media. Elon.
No, because they will twist up words. That's why I was glad Trump showed him and that man arguing, on the TV. Because I don't like it. I never seen. It's like we got people that live in America that don't want to. The man, like I tell folks, he say he want to make America. I haven't heard nothing bad about him wanting to make America better. But it's like you got all the views. Look at the Joy Reid lady. Everybody like Roland Martin. They'll find something in that man and just oh man. But then it's what they had was no better. It was worse.
And y'all keeping y'all mind where y'all leaving things at. We gonna finish up with a hot seat with Deacon Weasel.
Uncle Sam. All I know is he a man that just can't get your income tax. But god dang, Negro, and so salute to everybody who watched the Super Bowl, that doggone Super Bowl. And shout out to Serena. Boy, look at here, Serena getting lighter. Serena looked like instead of being mad at Drake, you about the same color as Drake.
Oh my God!
Serena, she looked like a beige ass milk. I mean, beige milk. Oh man, what the heck you and Drake getting mad about? I didn't even know y'all was even going together.
Oh my God!
Man, Drake done went with everybody, man. I think Drake done. I tell you, Hollywood Red, the pit bull over here said that her and Drake used to go together. This man done dated everybody.
My God!
I believe that.
Man, I tell you, Hollywood. Besides the Super Bowl, it sucked, but I ate some good food. Shout out to all my sisters. Hollywood, we ate chicken wings. We ate chips. Oh, my sister had them good sweet baked beans. She had them like History Month beans. Them beans that you eat a plate.
My God.
Yes, sir. And you got to take a diabetic pill because it's so full of sugar and goddamn syrup, boy. Them beans were good, Hollywood. We had a great time. And shout out to our brother Sexy Chocolate, too. I know Sexy Chocolate right now he got some Swiss rolls right now under his seat. You know, he got to see sexual chocolate eater. He's sneaky. He's a sneaky eater. That's how he get big like that as well. He's sneaky. Yes, sir. He'll fall asleep, drink that egg, then he wake up and eat some peanut butter.
I just got done eating rotisserie.
I'm telling you, working out and losing weight. This nigga will run the bridge, but leave the bridge and eat an Italian sausage sandwich.
That's the only way to do it. That's the only way to do it.
Yeah, you done walk halfway on the bridge, chocolate. You ain't complete the whole thing, and you eating you at Noreen's eating 2 long hot dog Italian sausage with extra peppers on it. Yes,
Hey, Weezo.
Boy, Hollywood, hey, Weezo. Hydroxycut pills. I see him looking in the mirror with that one pill. I said, boy, that ain't no steroid now. You mean he eat that one good pill. He's feeling good, but then he backsliding on the side.
Weezo, I got something important to tell you, Weezo.
The food was his best friend.
Weezo, I got something to say.
So, man, sexy chocolate, you need to stay focused. I'm
glad
you're doing it the right way, though. At least you ain't dancing with no nose candy.
Yes, sir. Hey, Weezo, I got something to tell you, brother.
And another thing, too. We need to clean up the hood too, y'all. Now that we got the president cleaning up, we need to clean up. All you Negro that take that
Donald Trump not going to save you,
baby. Yes, sir. I am sick of looking at dirty fingernails.
He's not going to save you.
You can dig in your nose and you can show off your jewelry. Your nails need to be dead. What is wrong with a lot of you guys? And stop standing in that shower. Yeah, you need to stay in there and soak. Lay in that shower. Let that mildew get off of you. Let your let yourself sit in that tub. Yes, let that dirt get off of you. Some of y'all ain't took a good bath since the Broncos game. Lay in that bathtub. Put some dish soap in there. Let your body, man.
He's not going to save you.
Put it in the let the bubbles come up. God, I ask you right now, God, somebody listening, God, they had brushed their teeth, God. They woke up, they turned around, God. God, but they in Hollywood, red face. God, they smiling. God, we got a lot of uncoordinated autism adults out here, God, that don't take good baths, God. You can't spray cologne over funk. Oh, God, you smell like bottle of winter fresh, God dang it. You need to get it right. Yes, sir. So Hollywood, we cleaning it up. We gonna make sure we do what it do, and y'all continue to listen to Hollywood Red and Hollywood Brother. Boy, they try to make a couple copycats like you. They got a lot of pro wings. Yes, sir.
What you think about? What about that Big Meech party, man? I heard it got canceled. What you think about that? Him and 50 Cent. What's the deal with that, brother?
You know, Curtis Carrier Jordan.
I tell anybody.
Like a orangutan. Yes, sir. It's over. But man, I just feel like this here, Hollywood. 50 Cent, I get it. He's a bully, this and that. But man, look at here, man. 50 Cent, can you let somebody breathe? Herb Gotti just died, man. Come on, man. Let somebody have a good day. We know that you're a bully. We know that that's how you come on in. But 50 Cent, you need to chill on out, brother, because you laughing at P. Diddy. You talking about Big Meech snitching, but you snitched too, didn't you? You got shot 9 times, but you ain't shoot back. So somebody needs to get in your tail. See, you hadn't met Deacon Weezo yet, brother. You got to get with a Negro that ain't got nothing to lose, that ain't scared of you. A lot of them OGs ain't scared. They scared to get in that ring with you. But
because he'll tell on they dope.
That's all my lifestyle is 50 Cent. So I can come in there and me and you can tongue wrestle all day. No Diddy. Because brother, you's a bully, 50 Cent. Well, let them boy have that little cop show. Let them have that party. Why in the hell you bothering them? You leave them every day you on the internet. You ain't got nothing else to talk about? Talk about some black history, 50 Cent. Talk about rap music and who invented that man. You on there all day talking about who's snitching. See,
black history past that he didn't say nothing about
it. This is why we need to clean up the community. Let's clean it on up. And Curtis, you too blessed, brother. I get you a bully. You curious Joe, use orangutan, baboon face. But man, you need to tighten up, brother. Start being nice because all of us have our time. And with that, brother, it's the Deacon. I just want to come in and if anybody needs prayer, if you need to join the Hollywood Red podcast, make sure you come on up, share the video, put it on World Star, put it on your gossip sites. Some of y'all put it on your porn sites. We need to make sure that the word get out. Yes, sir. And Hollywood Red, I want to rebuke any DIE and woke culture right now. I ask God right now. See, that was never for us either. All you Negro getting mad because you can't hold the bag at Kmart. That was never for you. That's for the $5 Indians and everybody else. When the heck you saw a heterosexual black man get any type of benefit? We ain't got nothing. The only thing for us is a jail cell and a casket at West Side. But we can change that up, y'all. So stop getting into these fights and holding up and protesting. You need to worry about yourself. Let's love these black children and keep them going, boys and girls, and let's make sure we do what we need to do. And happy Black History, and it's the Deacon, and I'm not Hollywood. Yes, sir.
Let's go, man. Let's talk about this Larry June, man. Let's talk about this sexy song.
This has been another hot seat with none other
I'm ready.
than Deacon, Reverend, Bishop himself, Superintendent Deacon Weasel.
I'm ready now. Oh man, and Hollywood, I love you, son. Well, Marvin, tell Marvin him and Kendrick Lamar, but boy, my brother-in-law, he was right there for me. And then in Hollywood, boy, the women at that job love him. But I ain't want to mess the hustler because they call him Dr. Marvin. I say, I know he the custodian, but man, goddamn, let my brother get loud. Let him lie. That's all right. Yeah, I say, goddamn, doctor. Yes. I said, go on, put that badge back on, Marvin. I said, boy, look at the nigga over wrestling trash when I come in there. I said, what's up, man? I said, boy, look at here. I lie too, Marvin. Yeah, I'm a dermatologist, so. God dang it. That's what it is. So, I have me a Chevy and a suit in the back seat. I'm telling you, Marvin. Boy, when they said Marvy, I said, who in the hell is Marvy? I said, oh, man. Boy, they said, you know Marvy? I said, yeah, I know Marvy. I just told my brother, I'll send me one of them Karens. Now, you know, them my favorite. Old, white, and out of sight dynamite. He know I love it. I told him, brother. And Marvin looked good too, brother. Dr. Marvin. I said, boy, look here. It ain't Marvin Hagler. Oh, it's our brother Marvin. Boy, look here. And his name Marvy. You gotta be a special Negro to be named Marvin. I said, boy, he done went to their house. Marvin, they love Black history. But it was in the bedroom. They wasn't at a kitchen table. Yes,
you two Dr. Huxtable Negroes. Oh my goodness.
We gotta get into this music, man.
Boy, they look like they not like us. They not like us.
We gotta get into this music.
He shake like Jessica.
We gotta get into this Larry June.
I ain't seen a Negro booty look like that. I said, boy,
Goodness. Shout out to another sequin Deacon.
My brother sexy chocolate.
Help!
Sexy chocolate is in shape too, man. My bro look good, man. That nigga look good, man.
Let me live tonight, Weezo. Let me live, please. Let me live.
My bro.
Tell the truth. You saw him at the grocery store today. What did he look like, bro? Did he look like?
Shut your mouth, Hollywood.
He looked like 2 bags of trash in the trash bag, or what?
Let's be swole at the top. Hollywood, he's swole.
He got that surgery. He got that titty surgery. Okay.
I said that thing. He goes swole. He look like the pull out house party. Ran kid.
Oh my goodness.
Man, my bro look good, man. I said,
yes, sir. I Hollywood a hater, man. I look like Jesus. And Frank Nick, what's going on, man? What's up with the music, man? What you got?
Hey, man, I'm here, man. I'm here.
Hold up, we'll break it up. Let's go ahead and get into the music. Since this Since Slim Cat already ushered us into that direction.
Everybody gotta get their subject.
Oh man, I didn't try to clip one with them tight jeans. Them jeans hung on in there though. That's I hope you took a bath though. You gotta wash yourself with them. Yeah, you sweat bad out here. You get a yeast infection down there. You know you stuff. But I said I'm gonna feel like heaven that went to Southeast. Hey baby, rest in peace to Sedana John. I say everybody. Yeah, man. That nigga go shit like an Alka-Seltzer. Boy, look at here. This nigga, them thighs big in them jeans. Now, goddamn. Yeah, man. I thought that was Venus. I know Sharita came out to dance with that Chuck E. Cheese crip walk he was doing.
Deacon Weezo, good. He got to stop calling people by the governments. We praying for him now.
Oh yes, sir.
Got to start calling people by the government. We about to get into the Frank Lit Musik Hitz. Let's get it.
Did NeYo ever come?
Yeah, with the Musik Hitz on the Hollywood Red Show.
Yeah.
With the Musik Hitz on the Hollywood Red Show.
Yeah, man. So this is a new segment. We're gonna get it on. I want to come with three albums that everybody has possibly listened to. But we're gonna start it off with the 2 Chainz and the Larry June Life is Beautiful album. I'm gonna say the Alchemist has definitely did his thing with this album.
Yeah.
But when you wanna, I'm a Larry June fan and I'm a 2 Chainz fan. But when it comes to listening to this album, 2 Chainz really did an outstanding performance. This came back to the old school 2 Chainz. He really took this album to another level. He really outshined Larry June over Alchemist production. And I eventually want to see a 2 Chainz and Alchemist go ahead and do an album together, because I think that his beats with 2 Chainz lyricism really is a perfect marriage. Overall, this is grown man's rap. They got a song on there called LLC, where they really are teaching brothers to put everything that you own in an LLC. So that way, when you get sued, when you come under any kind of pressure from taxes, anything like that, if you got your business, if you got everything in an LLC, they can't touch you. They can go ahead and take that. They can take whatever they want from you personally, but they can't take anything from the LLC. We all should adapt that in our livelihoods to where we making big purchases, whether it be cars, whether it be houses, whether it be guns, whether it be jewelry. If you put that in the LLC, if you got somebody coming after you personally, they can't touch your LLC, and vice versa. So when I listened to this album, when it went from 1 to 12 tracks, it really does flow. It's grown man's rap. It's not that roddy-rah. It's not that hoopty-ha. It is really something that's very mellow, and it's going to allow you to understand where we are at as black men. These brothers, Larry June and 2 Chainz, they are multimillionaires, and they're telling you how they became multimillionaires. Like I said, they got a track called LLC, where they're telling you to put everything that you own in the LLC.
Big facts. I think old Slim Cat got knocked out by his E&J over there, because I don't know what was going on. He about to get roasted when it come back though. Oh my goodness.
So I'm gonna get this album. So my album ratings, when it comes to a good album, I'm gonna rate it from a single beer to a 6-pack, and this I'm gonna give a 4-pack. We're gonna give the Larry Junes and 2 Chainz album a 4-pack. So we're gonna move along. The Drake and the Party Next Door album. So everybody was wanting Drake to come back and go against Kendrick to try to respond to Kendrick for what he did for that They Not Like Us track. But Kendrick even left that song off his album because he was a man of integrity. He didn't want that he didn't want that track to be on his album because he said that was a throwaway for the battle. So I respect him on that. So when it comes to this Drake and Party Next Door album, everybody's trying to say, well, yeah, well, dang, that's what Drake had to come back at? Man, why he ain't come at Kendrick? Why is he doing this? Why is he doing that? One thing I would say is that Drake needs to grow up. This is the album that I can listen to. However, Drake needs to stop talking about things that a 22-year-old or a 24-year-old is doing nowadays. He's almost 40. He's pushing 40. And he's still talking about partying, being in the club, etc., etc. We don't want to hear that with our age. We want to go ahead and listen to something that's of substance. We want to hear about, I'm a father now, what I'm doing with my son. I got multi-millions, what I'm doing for my community. You know, I want to hear about that type of stuff. We had the greats who was going and teaching us this type of stuff. Jay-Z dropped that album, what it was called, Six. I forgot Jay-Z album where he was talking about, you know, taxes and everything like that. So that's what I want to hear from Drake in the future. But overall, I get his album a 3-pack. You know, it wasn't really anything that I'm gonna go ahead and memorize. It wasn't nothing that I'll continue to bang out. But I would be able to listen to this album versus the next album we're gonna talk about. And that's the Lil Baby Wham. It's called Wham. Just off that name alone, you can understand what his young brother's mindset is at. So Lil Baby came from the trenches of Atlanta, Georgia. I forget the neighborhoods, but he come from the trenches of Atlanta, Georgia. And we're going to talk about, you know, in another segment, how his influence has caused horror in the Black community. Like all of his predecessors or all of the people of his genre are promoting the violence and the death of our Black youth. So with this album, there was nothing I could say about it. Nothing really. Nothing I could take from it, from the lyricism, from the beats, from the production. All of it was just blah. So at the end of the day, what I want to get this thing is 5 tracks. Oh my God. So the album rate on the bad album is gonna be trash cans. No 6-packs, no 4-packs. This is a trash can now.
Oh my goodness.
We'll go ahead and get this thing 5 trash cans with the garbage pickup on Thursday.
Was it distributed by Waste Management? Was that who distributed that? Oh my goodness.
5 trash cans for this Wham album. And I couldn't even understand the young brother when he was rapping. Future and what's your boy that just got out of jail? What's the dude named Hollywood?
What are you talking about? Gunna?
Young Thug. No, Gunna wouldn't even touch this trash. Gunna wouldn't even touch this track. It was Young Thug and Future on there. They couldn't even save it. They supposedly had a hot track they was trying to push, but that was trash as well. So yeah, Lil Baby album got the 5 trash cans of the week, and we definitely going to pick that thing up on Thursday and take it to the dump.
Whoa! And there you get it.
That's my music review.
You got it from and expect that every Friday on the Hollywood Red Show with Frank Nitt with them Musik Hitz. Yeah, brother. I mean, I really don't have too much to disagree with what you said, because I did get a chance to listen to all of these. You know, I got a chance to listen to all these albums. And the Larry June album, you put me on him. And I was vibing with the flow. I think that you do have to be a very specific artist, unless you're New York based. I think that when you deal with Alchemist, I mean, that's where he's from. So
Right.
I think that you have to be on that vibe in order for it to really make sense. Currency seems like the most relevant person that I do check for. He's done multiple collabs with Alchemist, and I'd say that I'm 50-50 on the ones that I liked and which ones I didn't. But because I'm a Currency fan, I'm checking for him. And so even though I listen to it, it doesn't make it my favorite just because I'm a Currency fan. Right. Same thing with this. Did I appreciate some of the music that was in that album? I did. These days, when I'm listening to rap, a good majority of it is something I'm looking to use for my gym playlist. I can't say that I can pull too many songs from that album in my gym playlist. I'm not really the listening to it in my car type person these days. When I'm riding, I want something that's giving me something that I'm able to learn from. And most of the time, for me, that's not music. I'm listening to podcasts, something that I can really listen to that's giving me some application. So Larry June and the 2 Chainz, I think if you're trying to go for a long ride, then and you just want to just listen to something that's going to keep you occupied for a good little stint of time. I don't know how long that album is, but if you got a 2-hour drive, yeah, pop that in. Same thing for the Drake and Party Next Door. If you want to ride that out for a few hours that you got to waste and just be a vegetable and kind of vibe, cool. Don't put too much into it though, because for me, I'm listening to it for, if I'm listening to stuff like that, I really am listening to what I can apply for my lifestyle. And unfortunately, these albums still didn't provide that for me. Lil Baby, yeah, it ain't got time. It ain't that time for the summertime yet. But I pull that Lil Baby album out for summertime because you need a frisbee that you could throw when you on the beach. You need a frisbee. You need a good frisbee you could throw on the beach, and if you need one, this is it. Because that thing, like Frank Nitz said, that thing was triple trash.
Thanks.
And
well, one more thing to piggyback off you said with the Alchemist and Currency, but you got to think, man, Alchemist is very successful, and I don't know, your ear is your ear, but I don't hear New York off Alchemist beats. Yeah, does he have a lot of New York discography? Yeah, absolutely. But he got Currency, and a lot of people forget he did do all of Freddie Gibbs' album, Alfredo, and that was a classic, in my opinion. So I think Alchemist definitely has put himself in the upper echelon of producers to make beats that people can ride to. Now, is it an upbeat, like you said, to go work out to? Nah, absolutely not, because it's talking about, in my opinion, it's talking about getting money, how to keep the money, how to eat healthy. They have tracks on there where 2 Chainz is rapping about waking up in the morning, drinking a glass of water, eating fruit, and doing push-ups and sit-ups. Like I said, this is an album for grown men who want to listen to music and not listen to all that jibbity jab that Lil Baby is talking about. Now, let me touch back on another thing that's going to be prevalent, or it's going to be a detriment to Lil Baby's Wham album. The most top, I guess, the top streamer out there, Casanat. Him and Casanat is going back and forth because Casanat played the album before it came out on his live stream, and at the 4th track, he said, "This thing ain't it. This is trash." He said, "This is trash." So Lil Baby came back and responded to it, and he said, and I quote. Let me get to the quote, because I got it here on my phone. Lil Baby said, Casa Knot gave it a 6 out of 10 of Wham. Lil Baby said, the streamers and people who do reviews, they just their personal opinion. They don't know nothing about music for real. People like Casa Knot, I feel like they're younger. They won't really understand how I'm coming. You have to be a little older to really get where I'm coming from. Man, please.
When you got to do all that type of disclaimer, you know you done fell off. But I watched the interview. I forgot who was the host of it, but they were asking Lil Baby about what was his future and what his future looked like. And as far as rapping, he was like, well, I don't want to rap beyond, because these days rappers look at they profession as something that's fleeting.
Right.
And to be honest, rap ain't going nowhere. Right. So now we actually have solidified that rap is a figurehead in culture. I mean, even if you want to flip it to even in the UK, if you got rappers that's in China, in the Asian countries, rap has now transformed. So there is a lot of outlets. So you can't just say it's based on your age. You can't say it's based on your genre. You can't say that no more. You can't say it's based on your sex. There's outlets for all of those now. So it's really about where we allow the ceiling to meet our head. If we're reaching the ceiling already and you ain't rich, I'm sorry to tell you, it ain't the industry, is you.
Facts.
You got to figure out another loophole, another doorway, another gateway, because the gatekeepers the gate is wide open now. The floodgates is wide open. So if you're creative enough, we as people have fought back, just like how this Trump situation is. You may not be happy with what he's doing, but the checks and balances will allow you to be able to circumvent that. Well, rap is that same way. Back when Frank Nitt and I was listening to Ross when he was wearing the tight basketball jersey and no beard. If he would have just been counted out based on what that offering was with that Trina track, and it was on some soundtrack, Ross would never be the person you see today.
Facts.
But he was able to reinvent himself, recreate himself. And that is the beauty of what I think hip hop can do and will do if you continue to throw some wood in the fire, so to speak. So the same thing with this. I'm not saying Lil Baby can't make another great album, but this ain't it.
It ain't it.
This ain't it.
Not at all.
And that's a fact. I don't care how you step on it. I don't care how much extra you put into it. It's over with, bro. This is dead on arrival. You need this is trash. And
5 trash cans. Get it out.
And the sad part is that because he's gotten to where he's at, he was feeling himself that much, or his camp was around him. That's why you have a camp. That's why the Jay-Z's have made it. It's because they wasn't able to just jump in the studio and do that and just not have nobody to filter it and say, yeah, bro, you might need to do this, or got inspired by somebody doing that. And then by the time everything got done, this is what I'm going to do. That's necessary. You do need input. You ain't putting out a masterpiece without somebody in your camp that can scrutinize it. Frank Nitt will tell you that's my devil's advocate. Mm-hmm. If I got something and I really want to know if I really think I'm sipping on my own sauce and feeling myself, let me send it to Frank Nitt. Because whatever he tells me out of it, that don't mean the whole world gonna feel that way, but I know he is going to be genuine. He going to tell me for good or bad. Hey, bro, blase, and I always appreciate it, even if sometimes it hurts my ego. But I'm not egotistical like that to where that's going to be my last say so. I'm just not stuck like that. And for people that are, you need a Frank Nit. You need a devil's advocate. You need somebody that didn't allow you to be dumb like Lil Baby and just threw that frisbee out there because he threw it. And I'm trying to wonder who's going to catch that. Because you throw it to me, baby, it's finna hit the ground. That thing is over.
And to give credence to academics. Academics said this 2 years ago. He said Lil Baby got a bunch of yes men around him. All of his music is sounding the same. Has to get away from the yes men, from the Jews, and everybody else who was saying that, yeah, you're the one. When that's not the case. They looking at the bottom line and saying anything that you put out, the youth are going to gravitate to it when that's not the case, because the youth are pushing back. Because Casanat has the youth, has the ear of the youth. So if somebody like him is coming up on live stream, putting your music out, playing it over the airwaves on live stream before it even drops and saying, yeah, this thing here is a 6 out of 10, and he was being generous, a 6 out of 10.
He's being generous. Oh my goodness,
bro, because that album was trash.
You see, also Casanat, not to cut you off, he was listening to Drake. He was screening Drake's album. I don't know if he has any type of behind the scenes, like for better words, any rapport. Let me say that. I don't know his rapport with Drake, but it did seem like they had to have something because he screened one of the Drake's songs and he only really did it for like 15 to 30 seconds. And these days the ability to see these influencers and how they respond physically, like, okay, you see a head nod or you see those things matter. That's why podcasting is now so much more than what it was 10 years before when people didn't know what a podcast was. Right. It's because it was only one dimensional. It was only audio. Now, when you add audio and a visual to it, now that's Pandora's box. You can't like discount what it can and what it won't do. So seeing Casanat in these snippets of him, the way that he does his thing, it's like, wow. Like I'm not influenced by him in a way that I'm trying to check for him like that. He just happened to come up on my feed. Right. And at this stage he is a household name. I can at least say that.
Yeah, when he's on commercials with Snoop.
And he's showing up at basketball games where they're giving him the red carpet treatment.
All-star games, he's on commercials with Snoop.
So it's like you know, hate or love it. Like Buddy is in there. He's in the movers and shakers. So seeing that and seeing how he responds to a Drake track versus I didn't even see how he responded to Lil Baby. You put me on something with that. So to see him give his thumbs up and a thumbs down, and how the way that his followers, which he has
millions,
countless numbers of followers, that says a lot. It does. So what do you do with that? You can't knock it. I can disagree. I'm sure there's some of his perspectives that he weighs on things that I wouldn't necessarily agree with. But we're coming from two different generations too. So Lil Baby is closer to his generation than Drake.
Fact.
And for him to not give no, no preference to that. It just says the same thing we're talking about, bro. It's just
see, this is the thing though, Hollywood, and what a lot of people don't understand, or I'm not gonna say understand, but realize where music is at today. When it comes to these artists trying to break, like I say, this dude Casanat had Kevin Hart on his live stream.
facts.
That goes to show you what kind of power or pull
Facts.
he has. And he's not a gangster. He's not a gangster. He's not a street dude. He's clean cut. He does a lot of goofy stuff, but he's clean cut. He doesn't smoke. He doesn't drink.
None of that.
Like,
Facts.
He's intertwined, or he's plugged in to the youth of today. The youth of today does not subscribe to the things that we subscribed to when we were their age. So when you come with somebody like Lil Baby, and he's trying to put all this thug stuff in his music, all this selling drugs, all this killing, etc., is not resonating with them. They don't understand that. They don't understand about 12-12s in a skinny. They don't.
That's the difference between rap and hip hop. That's really,
they
the difference.
They don't understand about getting a bird for 3,600. They don't understand that. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear something that resonates with them. And this Lil Baby album just didn't resonate. And that's what it is.
That's a fact, bro. I think it's the difference between rap and hip hop. It's the difference. You don't really hear rap being used as a genre anymore. You know what it's transitioned to? Drill. You don't hear rap. You don't hear them saying somebody's rap. You know, they might say it as a verb, but as far as a brand, that's over with. It's drill now. And like you say, that is fading.
I was just about to say that
because all those
locked up.
Yeah, I was going to say, Lil Durk, he locked up. You got NBA YoungBoy, he locked up. All these dudes, if you got any common sense, these should not be the posters that you got in your room. I had posters of Michael Jordan, Shaq, and all these other trending guys back then that, for the most part, kept their face clean. Ain't no way in the world my son gonna put up a poster of these sketchy guys and I'm gonna be able to say, yes, son, yeah, go ahead and put it up. That wouldn't even happen. I wouldn't even falsely lead him to that. I'd be like, no, that ain't happening, son. Then I have to look at myself why he was able to even think that was interesting.
Right.
You know, we do have to take ownership for why these things are even interesting to a very influential audience, people who are influenced by it.
Kids follow trends, the same way that the populace follows trends.
That's a fact.
And so we got to give them grace when it
That's a fact. You're right with that, brother.
But once they hear that and they hear your voice in the back of their head, they're like, okay, this ain't adding up. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to this, and not only does it sound bad, but it's not aligning with what my upbringing is. You're talking about this and this and that. And then that's when you get into the story of
facts.
Now that I'm listening to this music, I'm a fanboy of Lil Baby. I want to go to his video shoot. Now I get shot.
Facts. Ooh. We hadn't even got to that yet, man. We in 2 hours in. I think one of these, this is gonna be one of the first times we gonna end up having to put a part 2 to a show, because we got 3 or 4 more topics, if not more. We need to get into that BMF first 50. We need to get into NeYo with his polyamorous life. I mean, man, we got some real heavy topics that just feel like, man, the more that we got, because now we just shout out to my brother from another, Frank Nick. Glad to get him as a part of the show. He already been here, as you probably know if you've already been checking us out, but he is actually officially a part of the cast. So, we added more and more substance. So I hope that doesn't detract people away, because we might get a little bit more longer-winded on things, but we bringing you really the heart of the matters of these things that we're talking about.
Fact.
And while I'm talking about that, I want to give a shout out to tomorrow, our 3rd annual Southern Blues Festival being hosted out in Clay County by my brother Ciroc, and we'll be out there live on the air TSN, and want y'all to come out there if you hadn't got your tickets. Definitely want you to tap in with the right numbers. You check on the strategizenetwork.com. Check us out on Facebook, the strategizenetwork.com, YouTube. Do I need to say it again? The strategizenetwork.com. We will be in the building. You hear me? We out there, man. It's the 3rd year. It takes a lot to host events. So for that reason, put some like Baby said, put some respect on that name. You know what I'm talking about? Put some respect on that. And I give shout out to Shabbat, Big Pill, the Southern Blues artist that's been putting it together. And it's gonna be a special event, man. We've seen the growth as this has been building, and I really have enjoyed coming out there hosting. And I think that anybody who wants a good time, a good clean, like we just said, man, you know, there's too many people two little kids died that looks like it was associated to a video shoot that Lil Baby was putting on.
Yep.
That's not a good look.
Not at all.
And yet you'll find, I can guarantee if I started fishing out there on the web, you'll find people that's trying to condone it or to reason it and say, well, blame it on this person, blame it on that person. The way that I look at it now, how many people getting killed at church? Unless it's a mass shooter that came there intentionally to kill people, but you ain't seeing people as bougie as church people can get. You can say, I know there's a lot of church people that I don't get along with because that's what they want to call themselves. But you ain't seeing nobody getting killed at a revival. You ain't seeing people getting killed at a watch night service at midnight where everybody else is out there at the club doing the same thing, just a different way.
Facts. Big facts. I mean, we got to change, man. We definitely have to change. And, you know, when it comes to that Lil Baby situation, you know, at the end of the day, would they find him accountable for what has happened? I mean, I'm just a guy shooting a video in a neighborhood. So can I be held accountable for that? We don't know. But we do know as people who are tuned in to the streets and tuned in to what's going on, that your influence of where you were at that time and what you are spewing out your mouth and in your music is what caused that altercation. So are you going to take full responsibility of your music and things that you're doing in the neighborhood to cause that type of strife, to cause a loss of life? Maybe not, because you maybe feel that you're bigger than that. But at the end of the day, it always comes down to your morals, your character, and what you stand for. So if you don't stand for nothing, you're gonna fall for anything. If you don't stand for nothing, you're gonna put the people that's following you in the back burner seats that's taking the blame for the things that you've caused.
Big facts.
So
big facts, brother. You said a mouthful there and nothing but facts. And you know, you ain't talking to no teeny boppers. You ain't talking to teenagers. You're talking to grown men from Slim Cat to Deacon Weezo to Frank Nitt to myself. We got almost 40 years at the minimal of time on this earth. From been there, done that to what we doing. If you discount that, then you just, you want to go out there and figure it all out yourself. What I heard this week, which was really beneficial to me, was, and I heard it when I was at church. You can take that or leave that for people who don't subscribe to that. But what was said is universal. The message, while the guy was presenting the message, he said, that I learn more from what people don't do than the people that said what they are doing. And that was exactly how the way it came out. I wish I'd have looked at the quote, but what I pulled from it was that he was learning from this is what he said. He said that he would learn more from what the people were saying that they did, that they weren't bragging about. It wasn't about what they were saying that was like fertilizer, like, I did these positive things. They learn from the negatives. But some people don't really put it out there that way. If you hear us, we say the things that we've done with the same reverence to the things that we did good. And it ain't like we're trying to sensationalize and say, go out there and go do these things. But I'm not ashamed of the things that I've done in the past anymore. I used to. And I'm dealing with mental health. Somebody who's diagnosed with PTSD. Somebody who's diagnosed with depression. Somebody who's diagnosed with things that shouldn't allow me to think that way. But thank God, with my brothers that's around me and not trying to play the blame game, accountability still has to be taken. Same thing for Lil Baby. Hey, brother, you get the money when the money coming in, where you need to take the scrutiny when it come to. It don't come separate. It's all the same. It just come at different times, but it's all gonna come eventually.
Facts.
So what do we do? Do we just let those people just skate by and just say, yeah, just give them all the flowers on things that isn't necessarily good for the community? Well, I leave that up to y'all people, because it ain't just based on me, but what I'm doing at my household, it ain't that. Third annual Blues Festivals, man. March 1st, Lake County, performing live. Maserati Bud, G Unit Bud. He locked in with 50 Cent. Shout out to Maserati Bud. Shout out to Big Pio and Ciroc. Got Willie Rich, Devonese. We got Jay Marshall down there. And we got Slow Money Bolo. Come out there and bring your own beverage with you. Whether you're drinking on sweet tea or anything else, come on out there. And tables still available. And if you ain't getting it before midnight, $20 for the tickets. But if you come there at the door, $25 at the door. Don't be mad at me. I'm just mad at the messenger. I'm just telling you what it say, baby.
There's another thing, though, man. And before we go, I know you're finna close out, but I just want to say, Big Meech is not somebody who needs to be celebrated. I don't understand why there's this big uproar about a Big Meech concert getting canceled, or party, whatever it was. It needs to be canceled. He shouldn't even be out of jail. He needs to go under the jail for what he's done to the black community and those that follow and idolize him for his strife or his timeline for what he has done on this earth. He's done nothing. He's done nothing to warrant the type of respect, admiration, glory, or anything that these black folks are trying to give him. I mean, he's coming out of jail and people was, oh yeah, Big Meech, I'm gonna drop $100,000. Let me take a picture. Let me go ahead and see what Big Meech is doing. Forget a Big Meech. He needs to be one of the sanitation people that's taking this Wham album to the trash can. That's where he needs to be. I don't understand it, man. And that's why the black community is where we are today, because we glorize the things that put us up under all these other ethnical race groups. We're at the bottom because we are at the bottom because we love to be at the bottom, trying to.
We are what we eat. We are what we eat. If this is what we consume, this is why.
Sir, good quote. We are what we eat. And that's where we at, bro.
Big facts, brother. And you know, I'm not going to tell that lie like I'm just this big Southern blues fan. But I can appreciate listening to it just like I can appreciate other genres. And I've heard some good music in there. You got your Jeter Jones that's out there. You got your Big Pills. You got these guys that we dealing with that's like breakout artists. Jay Marshall. You got Willie Rich. These guys, they tour. These guys put on for the city and outside their city, out their own pocket. These guys are like full-time artists. I don't see that. With rap guys, it's something different. It's like, you know, well, I'm faking like I'm trapping. I'm faking like I gotta wear Gucci and Louis and all these other names that most people don't know of unless they heard it on a rap song. That's not life. Like, blues doesn't do that. The genre has opened up to where you can have a Boosie feature on certain songs. I can't give a real comment on what that does for that culture, because I do think that when you start tainting yourself, then it's no longer pure. And blues is a music that does speak on a lot of ills. It speaks on life situations, but that is what rap came from. It was inspired. Blues came before rap.
Facts.
So it's just going back to the roots. But if you're going to go back to it, even though blues is speaking on the same things that rap is saying, it's not degrading our people to do that, though. It's not telling you to go do something that you know in your heart is wrong, but yet we so caught up with the beat and the rhythm and the environment that we overlooked that. Well, you know, I mean, you and I, our music taste years back can really attest to that. It's telling us to pop pills, go smoke this, go screw that. None of those things are fruitful. What it was leading to was jail and fatherless homes and mental health issues. Right. It sounded good, but now we've been able to come full circle to understand what we're actually consuming. If you're eating fast food, then don't expect that you're finna be, you know, getting something that's soulful out of that, because it that wasn't put into it. And for lack of a better reference, but I referred to that earlier. It's just that we are what we eat. Mm-hmm. Whether you look at it as a conceptual thing, or you look at it physically, what we actually consume, it's all the same. The byproducts that come from that, we will reap what we sow out of that. Yeah, that's what that also attests to. You reap what you sow. You're not going to keep eating junk food and become a champion athlete. It just doesn't go that way. You do have to have a discipline on what you decide to entertain, what we decide to indulge. And when we don't take accountability for that, we'll never get anywhere. And unfortunately for our brown-skinned community, we look at that. Oh, well, Cheetos is what was at the grocery store. When that you didn't have to get that. You didn't have to eat that. There was salad mix over there that may not taste the greatest to you, but it was there. It might have been a little bit more of a sacrifice. It was there. Country music is there because you listen to that. Hey, if you don't like it, that's cool, but don't listen to the Lil Babies and then think that there's not going to be a residue that's left after that. And I'm thankful that my sons, I don't even as much as Christian music has some stuff that I don't. Not all Christian music is the greatest music to me, but I do feed my sons things that I feel is soul food, something that's going to enhance their soul. I'm not happy with half of the music that I hear, even on the Christian side, that I don't see people that's looking like me that's giving it. But nonetheless, at this point, I'm just more concerned about that fertilizer. What are the words that you're saying? Do you believe what you're saying? Because that's a big fact. Do you believe what you're saying? Because if you listen to the Lil Baby and you listen and you believe what you're saying, brother, you ain't going in that right direction. You gonna come up on a big pill to swallow. And it's on us on what we give for our kids to eat on. It's up to us on what we eat on, and not thinking that that's not going to disturb our day to day. So I'm amen to the sermon.
Salute.
Like I'm about to get on my TD Jakes, and I ain't trying to go all the way there, but it's just the truth.
You're right, bro. You're right. It's unfortunate that the music that that the youth are subscribing to has a propensity to have them going in a direction to where they're going to be nothing but destruction. Pills, unprotected sex, baby mamas. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and rob somebody, or I'm going to scam, etc. It's producing all of that. And so if I'm listening to that 24/7, I'm going to have a propensity to go ahead and do that, because that's law. That's law to me. I'm listening to it, so that's what I'm going to do. Because if you go ahead and listen, if you go ahead and just the psychiatric part of it, if I'm listening to Luther Vandross, I'm going to put myself in the mood to want to make love to my woman.
Facts.
If I'm listening to Tupac, Keep Your Head Up, I'm going to have a propensity to say, okay, I want all black women to keep their head up no matter what you're going through.
Facts.
If I'm listening to a Lil Baby who's saying I'm finna go around and spin a block to shoot up the whole block, then that's what I'm going to go do. And these youth don't have the mindset to differentiate what's reality and what's Hollywood. Because you and I and KT and Deacon, we have that discernment or that discretion to be like, okay, yeah, that discernment to be like, okay, yeah, this is entertainment. You know what I'm saying? I can go ahead and listen to this, run a mile, 2 miles, 3 miles, whatever that is, and then come back and still do what I'm supposed to do for my family, for my sons, for my kids, for my daughters, for my aunties, my uncles, my mama, and still live a safe life.
Facts.
These youth who don't, and we bring it back on to what we always know. If the father is not in the household, now this music is my father. It's teaching me to do what I want to do. It brings it full circle.
We about to jump in a whole nother over there, boy. You just threw something out there, boy. That's I gotta say, man. We do have to pick up where this left at, because it's just so much meat on that bone.
Yes, sir.
And but you gotta be, if you're a vegan, you may not want that. That's okay. There's a little bit of salad in there. We throw some salad out there for you to eat too. If you don't come out of here without something that you was able to digest, man, I'm not doubting me. I'm doubting you. But it's just the truth. Because there's a wealth of understanding there. You got comedy with Deacon Weasel, but Deacon Weasel, he gonna tell you somebody that's scorned, that comes from things that that most of our black men that didn't have a father in their household, they deal with. And you just don't want to hear it that way. Sometimes it even hurts my spirit to hear the scorn that's in his voice, because thank God my mother wasn't that type of woman, but I still can appreciate his truth. And hopefully you can appreciate his truth, because it ain't meant to have makeup on it. It's meant to be ugly for you to understand how this man has dealt with some of these many stories that many other black men that didn't have the right disciplines put in place. They're not trying to be victims, but nonetheless, that story still got to be told, so that hopefully the right person in that seed is planted, that the rain and everything else and the people come around it that water that seed, there'll be some good fruit that come from that. Because all I see is a bunch of rotten fruit that's falling around, and rotten fruit don't do nothing for nobody, because all you do is throw that in the trash. You don't eat off of that. You know what it is. You know it was an orange, but if it looked rotten, it was on the ground, are you finna eat that? No, you know it was an orange, and you either finna not look at it, or you gonna kick it out your way if it ain't meant for you. So the good fruit that comes out of these trees, we cultivating it and I'm praying that it just hit the right person, because I'm not looking for the religious person. I'm not looking for somebody who says that this ain't never been them, because one thing for sure, you lying.
Facts.
You lying. You can't tell me you ain't never been on either side of these tracks. You may not have been all the way there. You didn't have to smoke crack to say that you've dealt with some things that was not that you dealt with some stuff that wasn't necessarily the best thing for you. If you had a little alcohol, Jesus, the first thing he did was turn water to wine. How can if you believe him to be the savior of the world, that his first miracle, and he said he wasn't even trying to do that at the time. He had to check his mama. This ain't my time. But he humbled himself, and for whatever reason in the universe that he saw fit, it was a wedding that was going on. A wedding that the culture responded to having wine, good wine. Two families was at stake. One family that was at an upper echelon. They expected the best. Jesus's friend in this passage was the people who were on the lower end. They didn't have that. They didn't have the extra. So they needed a miracle to happen. He gonna use the powers that's for people who don't believe that's raising people from the dead and connecting them with the Almighty God. What he wanted to do. Matter of fact, that's not what he wanted to do. What did he do? He turned water to wine. Stop it. Stop it. Man, this is another Friday night. And this is the Hollywood Red Show with my partners. Frank Nitt with Musik Hitz. Appreciate you, my guy.
Already.
Big salute. Slim Cat over there. Let me see if he's still snoring over there. Sound like you face down now. Need to call the paramedics. Make sure he ain't, God forbid, he ain't sitting up there choking on his own tongue.
Yeah, you on that Paul.
Told him he need to leave Paul alone.
On that Paul wall.
He was just bragging to me that he made about 4 or 5 shows that he didn't let that get the best of him. As soon as he started talking, look what happened. Oh my God. We're gonna talk about you next week, though, Slim Cat. We see you, boy. You were snoring, and you got that Dunlap disease. Your stomach done Dunlap over your Peter. But we salute you too, brother. Shout out to Slim Cat with the TSN Sports and the trending topics. Shout out to him and Deacon Weezo, as you already know, with the hot seat, and he keeps it hot over there. We had a little bit of a disturbance in the midst of it happening today, but you know how it is, man. We getting it out the mud, baby. So all my folks that has been loyal listeners, I even got to give a shout out to my people. Shout out to my mama. I love you. Shout out to my pops. He brings his support going over there to Barbados, and my brothers over there that's been showing love. Shout out to my people in Manatee County 941. Shout out to my brother over there at the West Coast, bringing that California folks that's been showing support. Shout out to my cousin, he doing his thing. Shout out to him, man, because he did the intro for me, and he doing his big thing over there. He about to be on I don't want to talk it up too early, but Cuzzo about to be on a major platform where they doing the reality show for his music. So Unconventional Louis, shout out to you, Cuzzo. I appreciate you. And I see big things happening for you. And if I left anybody out, man, you know it's counted against me being older and not against my heart. Because I love everybody out there, and if you know me, you know I got love for you. So, man, this has been another episode of the Hollywood Red Show on the Strategize Network. Frank Nick, what you got, brother? You got anything you want to close out with, brother?
Hey, man, you done said it all, man. Little bro, shout out to you, little bro. And everybody else that's supporting the platform, man. We appreciate you.
You already know it, brother. And this is the Hollywood Red Show. Let's get it, baby.
Right now. Till next time, this is the Hollywood Red Show on TSN, the Strategize Network. We're out of here. Right now.
We strategizing today. Welcome to the network. This that Hollywood Red Show. You know it. This that Hollywood Red Show. What you doing? What you doing? Tune in. Hey. This that Hollywood Red Show. This that Hollywood Red Show. Hey. Tune in. What you doing? Tune in. Fire. You want to hear something crazy? Like, what? Nah, you ain't close to ready. Check this out.
Okay. On the struggle bus. On the struggle bus. They say they never rode on the struggle bus. Sit back, come on. Stop, pick you up on the struggle bus. Pick you up on the struggle bus.
I see you wanna stay standing still, but I'm gonna up and up. Fight, Rama, come, let's get off the back of the bus. It's time to march, black lives, and start with us. Empower in numbers, now watch how we unity. And you can stop